Oh hey, I didn't see you there. My name's Colin Hayz. You might remember me from such films as Vlogs Number 1 and...
You gotta keep them separated.
We're here for a good time. Here for a good time. Not a long time. A long time. So have a good time. The sun can't shine every day.
So yes, what a fucking week. Probably the best week since I've been there, and doing the normal stuff, the morning show promos, uploading shows, VTing 2 to 3 hours, and opping Amy Oss show, and then Thursday rolled along, and I was on cloud 9 up until right now and beyond. That probably the greatest day since I've been there. Got in there, and Jax calls me over and says, I'm going to be on the road with Carrie in the morning show at a listener's house, so I won't be able to do my shift. Would you like to do 9 p.m. to midnight tomorrow? And I'm like, fuck yeah. So he's like, okay, well, you can do it VT'd, or you can do it live, or you can do a combo of both. He said, fuck that, I'm going live. Of course. And so he said, perfect. You've progressed extremely well. And I wouldn't put you on the air if I didn't know you were capable of doing it. So, stroking the ego right there, which I seem to be getting a lot. So thank y'all to the Dans, everybody for that. And so I offed Amy's show on Thursday there from 5 to 6 just to show Jack I knew what I was doing. And I ended up booking it right over to the Barry Molson Center because it was Kicks Colts night. I was scheduled for that and hockey on the dock. I was a representative from the dock to take care of them. And the whole thing with Kicks Colts night is we go there, set up the tent, and sell pucks for Chuck-a-Puck. And obviously, for those who know what Chuck-a-Puck is, you get half the earnings, and the other half goes towards the Radio for Radiation campaign that we have. It's raising $500,000 towards the Royal Victoria Hospital radiation wing, and doing it for a number of years, and we've done it before, so gonna do it again, of course. And of course, with the bad weather, you guys know from in Ottawa, the dock listeners who won never showed up, so I ended up just going and helping out at the Kicks tent, and 2 of the Kicks promo people didn't show up either. And one of them was actually supposed to skate on the ice with Krista, our cute promotions assistant. Of course she is, I love women. But yes, didn't show up, so I said, I can skate. I will go on the ice with you. So I got my skates brought out there and ended up doing that. And she said, well, okay, hey, we'll break out the t-shirt gun. How about you load the gun and I'll shoot? And of course, my Dean Blundell 5-year-old mind quickly said, well, hey, it's up to you. You can load my gun and I'll shoot if you want. But yeah, so that's where the fun started. Here's a clip actually of us having some fun on the ice. This is Krista and I during Chuck-a-Puck. Alright, so we're almost ready to go on. Are my skates on? Here's Krista. Oh, they're gonna go skate out and blow some t-shirts.
That's very beautiful. Thank you to everybody that... If you got a puck, shut it down. You've got a close one to be here.
It's hard keeping the camera.
All right, we got Trina on the ice. Trina's going to pick our winning puck tonight. It is pretty obvious if you're here. I really want to see what here. Okay, you're...
So yeah, Krista ended up taking the bag of shirts, and I did a little more videotaping, but it's one hell of a time trying to skate and videotape at the same time. I'm so glad I didn't crash into the van that was rolling around, or Krista. And actually, seeing as I brought up her name about 3 or 4 times, she is actually the promotions assistant, and I actually taught her how to do her first cut-in. So yes, I meloned my way through it. She was paired up with me for her first event, so we kind of hit it off from there, and I see her almost every day, so she's a pretty cool chick. And yeah, holy shit, it's still Thursday. Enough about Krista. And Friday rolled along, slept in till 1 p.m., which I say that with pride because we don't get to sleep, of course. But yeah, I rolled into the station around 6, started to prep my show, among other things, and actually, after I was done prepping my show, here's a little clip, a little tour around the station where I'm working. Alrighty, so we're right inside Kicks 106 Studios here, just walked in the door. So I thought I'd take you on a little tour. So we got the receptionist desk, Jen sits there, and walk down. Here's Jack's office, that I spent a lot of time in here, doing all the morning show promos and just uploading and all that other good stuff. You know what, the washroom's there. What else we got? Oh yeah, the promo kind of contest room, and then Trina and Krista are normally in here just doing all their work, and down in here is where Martin is. He's the news director, and he'll sit down there. There's the promo room where we keep all our set. A little messy, but we just did Colts night, so it was a long night. We just kind of threw everything in there. The voice tracker booth, and sitting here a lot as well. And Brad normally in there doing production, so he's got a nice production room too. And master control. There's where Martin would sit to do news. And obviously this is voice track. This is Neil actually on the air right now. But this is where I will be sitting in, I don't even know what time it is, probably an hour. And got a window out to production. But yeah. So we got our media touch and all our prep on there. And yeah, so that's just the real quick and easy. That there's not too much on here on the first floor. Sales is upstairs, but I don't normally go up there. So yeah, join me on my first show, and welcome to Kick Studios. It was kind of weird being there by yourself, but hey, c'est la vie. And you know, the show was great. If you missed it, I'll grab the show off the logger on Tuesday and upload it so you can take a listen. Obviously, a rocky start. I pushed the weather sounder 15 seconds too early into a, it was a Alan Jackson song or whatever, and ended up potting things down and everything, and tried to recover even though weather wasn't even up on the prep computer. I was that nervous, but it was almost like going on for your first show. But towards the end of it, it kind of sucked when the 11 o'clock hour rolled around, and I was just getting right in there, and it was like I never left the microphone. But it was actually cool because even though it was small blunders and it was fun and everything, I got a call from a listener saying, "Hey, you're doing a great job. Neil said there was a new guy in there, and I just want to check you out and everything. You're just doing a great job." Actually, it was quite funny if you're a Dean Blundell listener and remember Drunk Claire, who was and still is a listener that calls in frequently, and she's normally smashed at 6:30. And they just egg her on and everything, and I asked her, you know, thanks for everything, and I didn't even ask her what her name was. I was that nervous, but I know, had she said Claire, I'd have shit my pants, because I would have been emailing Derek or something saying, "Dude, I just got one of your listeners." That it was so cool, because it sounded exactly like her. And also, I don't know why I picked Colin Hayz, but I just thought it was badass. And it's Hayz, Hayz. Of course, the Y and the Z, because I'm the 80s metal dude. I gotta put some flair in there. And now Saturday rolls around, and Saturday right now, I put in a 7-hour shift at my old job at Gilbert Guitars, making a little gas money, because it takes about $40 a week to get up to the station. And then after that, went to do hockey on the dock again at the BMC, and I'm home a little earlier than I had planned, because there was no winners. So, once again, for the second time in a row, no winners, and it wasn't too pleasant talking to the caterer, because they normally bring out pizza and vegetables and stuff around the first period, and twice in a row with no winners, and she made stuff to eat, and I was the guy. So, yeah, I reasoned with her and everything, and used my sales tactics to put on a thick skin and called the promotions director to say, yeah, you might want to call her to finish the job. Anyways, put in 30 hours this week, not counting my on-air shift or promo work. Not sure if I'm getting paid for my on-air work. I know I am for promo, but Neil seems to think I will. We'll have to see what Jack thinks. And that pretty much wraps up the week. So I got grad pictures on Monday. So hopefully we'll see you Monday afternoon. Talk to you later.